Ooh, what's going on, my fellow deplorables? Welcome back to the channel. Dave Portnoy and Barstool Sports, they've gone woke. And I hate to say that, as I was a big fan of Barstool Sports. It was a alternative to ESPN, because we all know ESPN is woke. ESPN placates to the leftist woke agenda every day. They are propagating victim culture. And I hate watching ESPN. All of their anchors, all of their hosts are clowns. They're all woke and they're leftist clowns. In Barstool Sports, they tried to do something different. They tried to be middle of the road against cancel culture. Not today, not anymore. This is stemming from an incident with one of their hosts, Ben Mintz, a fan favorite, who was fired yesterday by Barstool Sports for making an honest mistake. This is a comedy show that Ben Mintz is on, and they were rapping lyrics to a song.
I'm a rapper.
Oh, you're a rapper? Oh, okay.
And you guessed it, he dropped the N-bomb.
The N-word.
But he dropped the N-bomb by mistake. He didn't mean to do it. It was an accident. He immediately apologized.
Tell the world I'm sorry.
He realized that he had messed up, but what happens? Dave Portnoy doesn't stand up for him. Dave Portnoy bends the knee like a little punk to the suits at Penn Gaming, the parent company of Barstool Sports. And what makes this even worse is that the left and the mainstream media have came for Dave Portnoy dozens of times. They've tried to cancel Dave Portnoy many times, and he fought back. But I guess he only cares about his own money.
Pays my money?
His own job. He doesn't care about his friend's job. He doesn't care about his employee's job when the left is coming after them. He only cares when it's regarding his own money. And here's the video that started this whole saga.
Gotta get some yayo, double up.
So obviously he knows he messed up. He's got a paper down there that he's reading the lyrics off of. And look at this face. This is a face of somebody that knows they made a mistake. He knew he messed up. He apologized. He came out and said, I made a mistake right away. It didn't take long. There was no backlash yet. He came out and preemptively apologized. But that wasn't enough. He did the ultimate sin.
Sin.
He said the word that nobody can say, except everybody says it in rap songs, in movies, on TV. Everybody's saying the word. But because he said it and because he's white, he can no longer be employed. He is no longer employable. He must be shunned to a desert island.
I say, banish him. Banish him.
And never heard from again. And don't get me wrong. You can't say it. You cannot say the word. You're white. You just can't do it. It is a terrible word, terrible connotations, and I don't ever say that word. But he made a mistake. He was not being malice. He was not being racist. He was reading lyrics of a song. And it is a joke that he is losing his job over this. If there's anybody out there that thinks this warrants getting fired from your job, then they are weak, they are cowardly, and they are a punk-ass. Dave Portnoy, the founder of Barstool Sports, came out with an emergency press conference to address the situation.
Okay, emergency press conference time. Bad news. This sucks. So today we had to fire Ben Mintz, the artist formerly known as Ben Mintz. It stems from his Wake Up with Mintzy. Ironically, finally got to do him live, and he was rapping lyrics to a rap song, reading the words off his phone. And he rapped a racial slur. He turned white as a ghost. You could tell instantly. He's like, oh my God, what did I do? It's like a Ron Burgundy moment. He read it. He knew he fucked up. He's been super apologetic, like in shambles, basically. And I think anybody who watched the clip was like, there's no way he meant to do that. He's just not the brightest bulb to ever come down the pipe. And he just screwed up, and he knew he screwed up. And there was no hatred behind it, no nothing. Still awful, but not in my wildest dreams that I think I'd be sitting here being like, we had to fire Ben Mintz. Penn felt differently. And I'm
Penn is the parent company to Barstool Sports. See, Dave Portnoy sold Barstool Sports to Penn Gaming, which is a big gambling company. They own casinos. They own sports books. So he is bending the knee. He did not stand up for his buddy. He did not stand up for his employee who's worked with him, for a long time. He said, okay, the boss is upstairs. You want him fired? Sure thing, boss.
Stunned by it. And I've been fighting tooth and nail, as has Erica, as has Dan, to keep Ben and say this is the wrong decision. But Penn operates in a world that we don't operate in it. They are highly regulated by the government. They're issued licenses for gambling that just as easily as they're issued, they can be pulled back.
That is such BS. So you're telling me that Penn Gaming is under the impression of that if they don't fire Ben Mintz, a guy who made an honest mistake and immediately apologized, they're going to lose their casino licenses? Yeah, okay. So the government is going to give up millions and millions of dollars of Penn Gaming tax dollars in license fees because a guy made an honest mistake, immediately apologized, said, I'm sorry. And it's obvious that it was a mistake because as soon as he said it, his face turned whiter than my butt cheeks. And I got pasty butt cheeks. His face went ghost white immediately. It was an honest mistake, and it is terrible that we as a country have allowed this to happen. If you're legitimately racist, you deserve to be banished. You deserve to be banished. But if you are in a situation like that, you make an honest mistake, you apologize for your mistake, then let's move on, folks. And Dave Portnoy, you should be ashamed of yourself. Stand up to Penn Gaming. If Portnoy put his foot down and said, no chance, we're not firing Ben Mintz. If you fire Ben Mintz, you got to fire me too. They wouldn't have done it. Portnoy had the final call. He's full of it. He had the final call, and he bent the knee to Penn Gaming, and he said whatever they said he was going to do. All he cares about is getting that money from Penn Gaming. He doesn't care about his employees. He doesn't care about his friends. And he no longer cares about Barstool Sports. The only thing he cares about is that buyout from Penn Gaming. Portnoy sold the majority of Barstool Sports to Penn Gaming, a 64% stake, for $388 million. So Portnoy is fine. Portnoy's money is fine. He is sitting on a bag, but he's getting absolutely wrecked on Twitter right now. Bridget Gabriel says, wow, Barstool Sports going woke and engaging in cancel culture. Never thought I would see the day. Complete hogwash. Whatever lawyer told them, that is lying. Yeah, it's obvious that they're lying. It's so obvious. No government agency is going to pull a gambling license because a dude on a comedy show made a mistake. That is a complete joke. No state can legally revoke a sportsbook license because of somebody's speech. Whether you like it or not, that's First Amendment protected speech. You can't just revoke a license. This guy is tweeting Barstool, now sponsored by Bud Light. And then we got a video. We got a video of Dave Portnoy himself.
My niggas have been living it up. Just yell something in his EDP like twang, like in the middle.
Wow, that sounds eerily familiar to what Ben Mintz did. Why is Dave Portnoy still employed? Why is Penn Gaming's license for their sports books not going to get pulled? Because Dave Portnoy said it. This is a sham. This is a joke. And Portnoy should have stood up to the suits at Penn Gaming. He should have stood up to the woke mainstream media coming for Ben Mintz's job. And the stock market did not react favorably to this. Penn Gaming stock is down massive, over 12% yesterday. Look, this is boom, 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 chugging along. Once they fired Ben Mintz, this happened. It fell off of a cliff and crashed over 10%. And that doesn't happen. A stock just doesn't crash 10% because they fired an employee who really doesn't matter that much to the company. Ben Mintz was likable. He was a fan favorite. But if he had just left on good terms, the stock wouldn't have dropped at all. But the fact that Barstool Sports is engaging in cancel culture, when that's exactly what they stood against previously, the stock market was like, wait a second. This Penn Gaming acquisition may really demolish Barstool Sports and leave its fans going somewhere else. And that's what I'm doing. I will no longer be taking in any Barstool Sports content. I think this is a complete joke. We saw the video of Dave Portnoy saying the exact same thing, doing the exact same thing. He did not stand up to Pin Gaming. He bent the knee to the woke cancel culture mob. Let me know what you think in the comments. I love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Until next time, peace.